towards you out to those double doors, and they're already opened up. This could be a devastating start to the pistol for Furia, but Skulls kicks it off the right way. Brolin is down. Flash comes through, and double doors swing open. Yimfat's still been behind them, and he'll swing out. He'll take that headshot now under a lot of pressure. Yimfat going for the reload, and he's got Torzi to come in and help him. It's chaos, but Fallen's back in this fight for Furia, and 1 minute left. Suddenly only Skulls, and they know exactly where he is. He dishes out damage on Shuai and realizes he's got a chance to fight Xerxin on his own in this 1v1 duel. Skulls has an opportunity to win this pistol for Furia, and there is time to stay composed.
Yeah, there definitely is. He knows one player's low, going to attack forward Torji. A little bit of movement, good swing, aggressive swing. And Skulls now in the back of his head. Earlier when he gushed him underneath Heaven, he saw him back away from that. And it's all a guessing game, but now it gets interesting because if it's like this, there's a little bit of luck now. It's like the HP of Shuai in certain situations might not matter. If he finds a good timing, if he gets a little bit lucky and Skulls is looking the wrong way, but still going to be a very difficult clutch.
Shuai starts to ascend up the ladder.
Now that Skulls has gotten into the safety of the door, I think this is pretty much impossible. With this HP, with no kit either, no utility, there's really not anything Shuai can do at this point but stick the bomb, stick the defuse, and pray.
About to be a big step up for Skulls in his new home. It's all about catching a good time. He's actually going to change his position and play on those rafters. Fallen coming up close. That Mac 10 in close quarter combat against the Scout. It is favored to win this duel. Torzi was focused on the ladder. Fallen gets a free kill. And now Shuai peeking out towards Squeaky, towards the back of the lobby. Spots that bomb coming over the top, and he drops it. He takes out the bomb carrier. Fortunately, it falls forward, so Fallen can pick that up. And it's not working out here for MOUZ, and they're forced by Furia have stayed in control. And that bomb now goes down with both of the remaining MOUZ players towards Hell.
Not bad at all from Furia. Pretty chill as they move around the map. Never looked out of control though, and all we can really think is bullied Mongols was something special. Oh,
yeah,
this is, what a timing.
This is great from Shuai.
Oh, Furia took their eyes off this push for just a second, and they might get punished for it.
How many can he realistically get here? Shuai takes one and gets traded out very quickly by Skulls.
I think he needed two. I think he needed two to make this feel more realistic, because look what you have after that. Now, open, he doesn't want to take the fight. He knows Furia will be focused on that. They'll wait for it to subside, and then let's see if they have a miracle in them.
Xerxin starts to make his way down the ramp room. Deagle in hand. Brolin actually picks out one in that Khalil. Effective trading once again from Skulls, who's doing absolutely everything, but now must do everything because Xerxin is alone.
But he's away quickly, and now Torji's come back. Blind shot misses, but ramp being held onto.
Yeah, a couple of missed shots here for Torzi over towards that rotation, and that has cost him most of his health, but he's still standing, and Furia are down to 3 players. MOUZ at a better spot with 44 seconds remaining.
They're knocking on the door to the upper bomb site, though, looking to turn in towards Mini.
And Shuai's pushed through Hut. He's got himself lobby control. He's waiting for Fallen to come back, and that's the bomb carrier. So if the bomb comes back into Shuai, it could be a nightmare here for Furia. Fallen has to fight him, and Shuai is in such a strong position, but Fallen able to take his head off. Yuri fights out of main. Brolin down, and suddenly a 2v2. Missed shot from Torzi again. 20 seconds as Furia leap to the middle of the bomb site. Fallen punches those digits in. Plant is secured, and now this round is back on for... So Yimfat can slowly make his way into the site, but eventually they've got to go. Torji from Heaven, Yimfat down to Fallen, who has had some masterful kills in this round, and it is
necessary. And MOUZ is lining up to split into this A bomb site, it looks like. Perhaps some pressure towards Secret, a P250 at range to duel with Heaven. But they want to hit upper this whole time.
Keserado's here too. Oh my god, Torzy somehow gets back to that angle. Gets back to that chance on Keserado. Stepping up though in his stead is Yuri with a double headshot on the USP. He's still alive at the back of the bomb site, and the rest of Fury are now starting to gather at Heaven, and so that bomb sees the chance to get out of there. And perhaps they won't anticipate Torzy to still be towards main. He can cut away this rotation of Yuri, but he's considering it. Yuri goes back into that fight, and Torzy still steps up. Bomb is now down for Yimfat, and he's going for that solo fight, and he gooshes Cello. He brings him down low, 1 HP to be exact on Cello, and finally Yimfat closes out the job on him. It's now just... And that's a big shot from Brolin. Should be a very comfortable round here for MOUZ, 9-5. Could be ringing out on the scoreboard soon. I mean, we talked about the chance of Furia winning Nuke, and it has been a very good map for them, but I think it was Jacob saying on the desk just before this, he was saying, you know, MOUZ really shouldn't be losing a map to Furia today. It should be a 2-0 in the quarterfinal. And right now, that is looking...
Skull's last one left with the Zeus, but look in the wrong direction. 9-5. It doesn't knock you out for the next round if you lose it either. This is really interesting from Furia.
An intriguing purchase, one that might pay off for them. MOUZ are ready for some aggression. But are they ready for what is about to come towards them? Flashes in. Cello only gets one. In the meantime, though, Torzy stopping the attack of the CTs. And MOUZ come out on top of those jewels until this shot from Keserado. He takes a lot of damage on board, but he draws those numbers even. And Fallen still waiting inside of ramp. If he catches a good timing, Torzy is so low, 32 health. They can rapidly lose their life with an MP9. And Fallen just sees the back of him, but cannot get the chance to take him out.
Yeah, I don't think he likes the timing that he's presented with. I don't think he likes this kind of this opportunity at the moment. He's a little bit nervous. On the map, they kind of lose a sense of what's happening towards ramp room.
Keserado, good timing, spots out Torzy in the middle of the site, and Brolin's now alone in a 1 versus 2. This full MP9 purchase could work out for Furia, but it's all down to Fallen, who decided not to take his chance to chase him behind Lobby, but reposition for this exact move. The 1v1 as he gets ever closer to Brolin, they trade position out, and Fallen makes the read. He catches... just around that wall. Exertion is aware of that possibility. He'll send the fire in to try and heat things up for Cello. He's forced to use utility, but it actually doesn't spread up.
It stopped burning him.
Yeah, it stopped burning him as he threw the smoke. So he's going to be a little frustrated about that. Gives away his positioning, and Yuri goes down. So this is now looking pretty good for MOUZ. They've got the opening. He's not going to be too happy about his performance here, but still time in this best of 3 to change that. Yimfat waiting for some aggression. 2 players picked up easily here for Yimfat, who is having one hell of a map at the moment. 22 kills, 8 deaths. Mr. Consistent is Jimmy. And that is now an 11-6 scoreline.
Yep, and there's really no more chances for Furia. No more rounds they can drop. This defense has to just become unpenetrable from here on out. Quite yet.
Here goes Shuei. Out through Squeaky. MOUZ have lost the first play here. Fallen gets caught with grenades in his hands. He's not ready for Shuei to be pushed out through that Squeaky door, and Shuei is not stopping. He snaps the punt to defensive Furia with 3 clean headshots. Xerxin going in towards main. Yuri catches a decent timing, but unable to take the kill.
That's weak. Weak from Furia. It felt like none of those 3 players, Skulls, Keserado, were Fallen. None of them wanted that fight. None of them wanted to prevent anyone from swinging out from MOUZ. Fallen has nades out instead of the AWP. Skulls kind of hides himself behind the...
Shuei's on the hunt to take everything away from them. He's a little bit further up, but he's using that smoke to try and get around the corner. Yuri has to defend. Shuei's down to just the Tech 9.
That's always been one of Fallen's weaknesses. He's just too darn good of a teammate.
MOUZ this time occupy outside with smokes, but not players. Instead, they're going into Fallen, and we wanted impact. We wanted to see it. Well, now he's got a chance to show it, and just as they're starting to come towards him, he pulls out utility again. Cello goes down, but he gets 1 kill before it. He stalls them out. Now Fallen's turn. He must strike with his ult, but they've got past his crossout, and he needs to get down and just about dodges death as Brolin was coming towards him. But Exertion could start to end this. Oh, look at this play through main. Catches out Skulls. He's looking for that second player. Didn't detect Caserado.
Does Caserado read it? He hears it now. They're coming back to the upper bomb site. Yeah, he realizes he can be the guy who allows his teammates to come up vents.
Starting to move into position, but Xerxin at CT vent, what a peek onto Caserado. Yimfat in the ramp room, drops Fallen, and it's just Yuri left. Nuke has been so good to Furia throughout the Esports World Cup. It saved them in the resurrection bracket, but here against MOUZ, it finally betrays them. They will concede this 13-7. The first map of the quarterfinal will go in the way of the favorites. And a confident statement before the match will certainly be felt coming out of this.
It's not the scoreline that is kind of a bummer for Furia. It's the fact that this is ending MOUZ on a 12-2 run to close out the map. They hit a certain point in this game where they just said no more. No more from Furia. We shut them down every step of the way. The nice thing for Furia is this is the only other map they've played at this event outside of Nuke so far, right? So you have a little bit of experience on it with this lineup coming into things. You obviously have a 4 that's going to be very knowledgeable together, but the Skulls edition, you've at least got a rep in this map in an official. The only problem is we saw at a certain point MOUZ made some adaptations, MOUZ made some reads, called a couple of times. Still, I think, question marks about phase 2.
Well, questions will be answered soon as to who is moving into the semifinals from this quarter. MOUZ one map up, and we kick off Mirage with them on the CT side. Furia going to be gathering outside of this A bomb site. We've got Skulls in Palace, the rest coming through ramp, and Utilities coming in swiftly towards his under the wood. He's got Brolin out triple to take the initial attention away, and those Jewel Berettas now unleash. And while it is down because Skulls and Yuri combined together, 2 players gone from MOUZ's defense already, and it isn't getting any better for them. Furia are just destroying them on this A site. And it's Jimmy and Shui that suddenly stream into action. It's 2 shots from Shui, and Yimfat now has a 1v2. It's still a difficult one because good start here for Brolin. This could get a little disastrous here for Furia because
it's really
there's a
dangerous.
lot of players now lining away for MOUZ, and they're getting every single kill so far. Torzy on the double with a scout, and it is collapsed for Furia.
Not just yet, although with these Tech 9s, with some of these Galils, this lower buy, the pistols that can be more mobile and more aggressive, looks like they want to head towards the other side of the map a little bit, but actually going to go down in towards Underpass. And with such an aggressive defense up middle, this is going to, I think, get oh, that's a big kill. That opens up the avenue for this kind of a play through Underpass.
Fallen, what a shot on the Tech 9. He's going for it again. Fallen taken out this time by Xerxin, but he was 1 shot away from dropping Torzy, and that would have been a double on the Tech 9 at top mid. It's all about the pack of Furia players now making their way through the connector. Brolin comes to address it and instantly gets annihilated, but he at least sees multiple players coming towards this A bomb site. Can MOUZ adjust their defense in time?
I don't think so. I mean, everyone's going to have to go through CT spawn. Jungle is smoked off. They've got Xerxin who's come through the hole, playing behind the smoke at the moment. But that bomb's been planted, and Torji's up. He's on such low HP. He's not going to want to commit unless Yimfat and Xerxin can create all the opportunity in the world.
Xerxin is now ready through that smoke. Yimfat is flashed back behind CT, and Xerxin has to start making the play. So Cello's down. Distracted is Yuri. He gets taken out by Yimfat, and once again,
not again.
Back. They're going to pull it back again. Back-to-back. Heartbreaking rounds here for Furia, unless Caserado can save them. That defuse coming in, but Xerxin sees enough of Caserado and takes him. Now they're down to Deagles on 4. Caserado having to take just a Glock, and Cello is eliminated. Yimfat kicks off the Yimfat. The next player behind him is Caserado, and Yimfat makes that look easy. He sets his blood in the apartments. He's not stopping.
It feels like those 2 rounds might be like the kind of turning point, like sort of how we saw on Nuke, where all of a sudden MOUZ just hit this critical mass that Furia couldn't do anything again. Those back-to-back rounds, that could be the very...
Oh, missed shot. He's taken off their stairway, and that is Furia up 2. Brolin can't do anything from the top of the wood, and just like that, that's the round over.
Yeah, no indication it's coming either. No utility to give anyone any kind of a warning. Torji's angle up on top of the stairs. He missed the player crossing over to his right, so that little distraction, that double peek and double swing is executed beautifully by Furia. And the follow-up defenders have an extra player over at some point. And, I mean, Fallen with such an experienced in-game leader, there's going to be a switch up at some point.
Oh, big shot from Fallen. Torzy through the underpass. Trades one back, so it's blow for blow with the AWPs to kick off round 9.
Back Xerxin in a pretty safe position. And Torji gonna hold the line.
Oh, collateral, but no damage done onto the second player, actually. Lewis set up a lineup, but it hasn't been too effective. It's all about Shui now moving forward into the site. He's still alive. He wants to get up to triple, and he wants to defend this site, but Fallen forces him away from that position, and now there's under a minute left. Torzi kicked off the affairs with a kill through the underpass. He's now detected over towards Ticket, and he could chime in here with the Infat. 2v2 as that bomb has to get in towards the site. Eventually the plant coming through. There's a fake. Yuri comes off it, trying to bait out the shots at Yimfat, and he does get what he desired, but it's all about Fallen's clutch. A 1v2. This will be the 4K as Fallen is primed on Torzi. The two players that started this round now meet at the end, and it's come to an upgrade.
They've been winning it, so they didn't really feel the pressure to reallocate resources elsewhere. Happy to play that kind of standard default setup on the defense, and this time, the switch up just gets wrecked.
Yeah, and when you know you're shutting them down towards A, you know eventually they're going to have to change it up eventually and go in towards that B bomb site. So likely a conversation about expecting a B play around this point of the game. And when it comes, Yimfat and Exertion shut it all down. Cello trying to hold on to the AK. I don't think he's going to be allowed to do so. This brawl and play from behind is going to result in Cello getting knocked out, and this will end up being a 6-4. Gathering the troops ready to enter this A bomb site. Torzi with a shot out back triple. He's going again. Second shot connects. Torzi is not missing much until that peek at Palace, and that one even connects. It just drops Skulls to 1 HP. He'll switch out to the USP instead, and Torzi with absolutely everything apart from the final kill. Yuri will do what he can, but that AWP is out of... And Shui is so patient right now, just waiting. Let's see if anybody has climbed up into short, climbed up into the ladder, but the distraction comes in at the perfect time. Shui looks away, and Furia capitalize. Now Brolin is under the wood. He's still ready for this A play. 25 seconds remaining here for Furia. It could still go wrong for them. Brolin climbs up the ladder. Fallen gets an important kill, and Furia now can plant the bomb. Last round of this half. MOUZ must attempt a retake, and it's a 2 versus 3.
Yeah, but they've broken Furia's hearts in similar fashion before, twice already in this half. A third would just be awful, and Yuri's not gonna let it happen.
Yeah, he's not letting that come through.
I walked right into it. Oh!
Okay, it's an important start to the most important round, and that is Skulls taking Torji out of play. 4 MOUZ players standing still, and eventually they will move forward into Cello. He'll take his bow and play the sound of death. With his peak on the flash, plenty of players around the corner
about
for
this choke point now. He's holding onto it, and Furia realize we can't actually rotate through that part of the map. It's got to be CT spawn. Are they aware that Furia's already here? Now they are. Shui finds it out, and he finds out hard.
3 players still standing for MOUZ in this post plant, but Furia, remember, they've got a kit and a smoke available, and that's on the back of Skulls. So that gives them a few extra seconds and some cover to play with as they get into the side to create enough pressure to defeat MOUZ in this post plant. But Brolin defends from jungle. He gets around the corner into cover. Caserado in the middle of the site. He'll deploy that smoke now, and they've got to get onto it quickly. He's out of ammo. Cole in position to try and catch out the first player coming out of ramp. If you can land the headshot, it can be very, very quick to death. And here comes Yimfat, crouching out beneath Fallen's crosshair. Fallen somehow still alive until that headshot from Yimfat. Caserado connecting with the scout. It's not enough damage to bring down anybody, but certainly softening up Brolin. Caserado's just pinned in the open. Too many players attacking him. If you're not doing too much on this defense, it looks like it's going to be quite a comfortable 9th round here for MOUZ.
The Exertion loves that smoke. He's actually super happy that smoke was actually just deployed. He's like, thank God I got a little bit of safety going on. Shui wants to style up on top of the boxes, and he's got 1. Skulls, last one remaining, 17 HP. You're not going to win the round, but maybe steal an AK at the end of the day. Flash up into the sky, make a run for it.
That's the best to get out for here. Skulls, there's not too much available for him at this point. He's going to go through the smoke.
Rounds away from winning the map, winning the series, eliminating Furia. And Furia hasn't played the cleanest Counter-Strike up to this point to begin with.
In fact, good headshot on Fallen. Shouldn't really get anywhere here for Furia. Got a Leo on Skulls. The best you can hope for is a little bit of damage here and there. But this is double figures now for MOUZ, and Furia will then focus up into the coming purchase in the next round. At least this one's quick. At least it's merciful.
Yeah, painless, merciful.
Because that's all you can hope for if you're Furia here.
Yeah, next one's all important. That's going to be the entire map on the line with this next Furia buy. So we'll see what they can come up with. Another quiet map out of csgo on 4 kills. And this time you don't have Fallen going kind of carry mode to carry you through some of those stretches and those quiet stretches from the rifler. So this is beautiful for Furia. Beautiful.
AWP for Fallen, strikes right through Yimfat. Yuri able to follow up on Shuei. And now it's down to just 2 players for MOUZ. 50 seconds remaining. Roland applying pressure towards stairs, but he is forced back behind the flames in Palace. And the bomb is still down at the bottom of Connector. MOUZ, they don't have money to fall back on any longer. And this is going to be a Furia 7th. So the first 2 steps have now been taken.
I mean, they can still try and go for this. It's just time is the opponent. And with that knife pull out in the back away, it feels like now they've made the call to save. But there was a little bit of time if Torji could have found an avenue to get back towards middle, go towards underpass. 2v3 is recoverable, but the time was the biggest enemy in that round for MOUZ. 10-7, Furia closing the gap.
Pushing middle, getting info, pushing B, getting information.
And just the fact that you're applying no pressure anywhere else on the map is almost, I mean, Fury in their heads are like, watch out for the A hit, watch out for the A. There's nothing in middle, there's no noise, no nades.
Here comes that play forward. Smokes are starting to come on up. Fallen has eyes on the Palace swing out. Is it going to be effective for Fallen? He dodges the flash. Yimfat certainly doesn't, and Fallen nails that shot. Skulls holds down just for 1 on the ramp, and the quick play, the commitment towards A is stopped. It is 10 rounds to 8. Furia now 2 rounds away from tying this game up.
And now we're going to get that save. Now MOUZ have to just drop away. They didn't get a bomb plant. They're only finding 1 kill at this point. Torji, ooh, hasn't spotted it. Now he sees it, but they know his position, and they will hunt this op down. 28 seconds, he's got to survive.
You don't want the op to get into the next round whatsoever, and he has a grenade, might even finish him off. He's down to 7. Utility flashes, they're all thrown in his face, and eventually Torji will be taken down. The gathering of Brazil's best in the arena. And not the best purchase MOUZ have seen. It's D goals onto a P250 for Shuei. And 9th round is almost surely guaranteed. And this would give you a lot of confidence in Furia if they are able to pull this kind of comeback, if they're able to close Mirage.
That's why I wanted to like kind of put some context behind just like the BO1 victories, right? Because like we've seen some good things, seen some good tactical things that they're starting to implement. And I mean, more than anything, if they can show that they're sticking into this game and not just fading out, not just getting kind of deleted the way they did on Nuke, that's a really good response to a game so far where MOUZ has been on top of you the entire way.
Oh, big shot from Exertion. That D-goal busts through 2. And a dink from Shuei on towards Yuri. You need to be very careful now. Fortunately, that grenade was still in the pocket of Yuri. And he throws it over to Exertion. Shuei now with an M4 versus 3. And he was effective at times. And csgo starts to lay down the law with the M4. It's 1 on the Exertion. He had limited ammo, and he stays composed to confirm that kill on Shuei. And Furia are now up in a 4v2 fight off the back of those mid advantages.
Thank God he bought the A4 because he dumped 20 bullets, completely blinded. He needed all the ammunition he had. Smoke up in towards window, but MOUZ is limping.
In fact, creeps out through connector. Oh, it's a chance. One that he cannot take onto Skulls. And now they know where Yimfat is. The bomb is now crossing over short. Torzi with the sniper now spotted.
Now they know where both are. So Fallen can change his position with the EWP. Cello starting to look towards Catwalk. And csgo looking for timings in the mid window.
They know they've got 1 pinned in connector. They know they've got Yimfat pinned in that. He can't escape. If he attempts to, he'll either have to fight into the A bomb site or into csgo. It's a bit of a risky spot taken for csgo because Torsi's up top middle, and it works out very well there for MOUZ with the risk taken.
I just have to ask why. Why do you take that risk? Now you should be still fine. You still have all the advantages in the world.
Torsi's got a big clutch ahead of him with 25 seconds.
They descend to a small buy here around that saved op. Keeping some money left in the bank with the losing bonus moving forward, but they want to be able to try and reverse fortunes in this round. Galil picked up on Jimpat. They had one on Shuei. He sold it back.
Oh, big opener for Torzy, and you've got to do that when you've got the biggest weapon in the round for your side, taking matters into your own hands, going for the active peak, and taking Fallen out. So MOUZ can now settle in to the beginning of round 21 with the player advantage.
And a complete shift in the defense. Furia calling MOUZ's bluff. cello's completely left the B bomb site. They're going to re-aggress in mid-late. I don't know if MOUZ will expect this. Is there a flashbang to activate? Good shot from cello. Doubles up. K-Serrano rips them apart. And once again, over the top. This is sketchy. It's a brawl in mid. And Brolin's got a crack at a clutch.
He's got the AWP in his hands. He's got plenty of time. He wants to go to the more comfortable, more familiar weapon. The rifle picked up.
Everyone wanted to fight that round. Not a single fight they didn't like. So Brolin's got a minute to work with. He does have the bomb in hand as well. Skulls is going to start peeking down towards T-Spawn, trying to shrink the map a little bit, trying to gather a little bit of information, but for the most part, Furia players are completely split from one another. Puts most of the pressure on cello, who's got way more choke points to have to think about.
Brolin now coming out of the B apartments. It's cello. He will be in a 1v1 duel with Brolin in a moment, and the Alper has stopped looking towards the apartments. He's worried about a flank around from Market, and Brolin is slipping ever closer out of the apartments. cello.
Again, this time it's Yuri with the opening kill.
Yeah, Kesseral is still around though, still at the bottom of that connector smoke.
Yeah, but he has that timing. He knows underpass is going to be a problem, but he can't get away.
Zershin just looks over the top of it, takes him out of the round, and now we're looking at a minute 20 left. MOUZ trying to get out of Palace. It's Brolin that decides to stand strong with the fight against Skulls, and Fallen starts to feel uncomfortable now that he's lost his teammate on the bomb site. He has to adjust his defensive position, and it's not a comfortable spot with the AWP, but it certainly could be surprising. The scope is up. Yinfat swings into him. Fallen goes down, and MOUZ into the lead on the player count. There's still a minute left. Torzy starts to drift into the site with a bomb, and it's a risk taken by cello. It's a big shot, but he's traded out instantly. And Yuri, who started this round with a kill, is now put in a 1v2 with limited health. It's got to be a retake. He'll come back in through jungle. Yinfat's in connector. That's a really strong spot for him. It is so unlikely now that Yuri is able to take him out. Yinfat only needs body shots and he'll drop him.
Or for MOUZ in a critical round.
Shui receives a lot of damage. That grenade can finish him off, and it will. It'll sink him. Shui's had a nightmare here on Mirage. 4 and 17.
K-Serrano's been able to be aggressive in middle with impunity. Like, no one's really been able to shut him down, whether he's pushing or just playing a little bit more passive. They've been able to keep track of MOUZ in middle pretty much every single round, and now cello's going to even push forward. He won't know about the bomb.
cello. It's his climb up, hits the headshot first, but Yinfat has the better weapon. cello goes down, MOUZ up a player. And the clock now ticks under 1 minute, but if Yinfat gets caught by K-Serrano, that would be the bomb.
That quad kill op round put a lot of confidence in cello. His plays ever since then have all been like on the aggressive side of the spectrum. This one's punished even with the dink.
It is clear to us now to look at MOUZ and see they want to finish on this A bomb site. There's no one from Fury actually within the site itself. They're actually leaning more heavily towards the B side, but K-Serrano spots out exertion. You can call it he was looking towards connector. Will the rotation start to come back from Fury? They're going to have to realize soon that MOUZ have taken the A site.
I think K-Serrano's going to take a little bit of a peek, but this is going to be such a hard card. Nice molly, but do they want to go for this retake? Remember, this is everything. It's a doable retake. It's a really tough call.
Brolin got damaged as well. It's unconfirmed damage, and Yuri picking up. Yinfat stepping into the open really makes this call a little easier.
But look at the flank. Brolin making the round-winning play if he can pull this off. Does he have the patience? Does he have the timing?
He could get in behind all three remaining players. Brolin climbs through the murder hole, but he gets spotted. Yuri considers it, and now Torzy's left with a 1v3, and time is ticking. Furia playing for map point, playing for recovery, and Torzy just can't get it done. K-Serrano swings in, and straight to the defuse. It will be Furia that hits map point first on Mirage, and they have reopened this quarterfinal.
Oh, that's a wonderful drawn-out round, and what's beautiful to see for Furia, it's K-Serrano and Yuri combining for all 5 kills. The 2 stars that have been in this organization for so long, stepping up where they need it most. This nade to open things up, even up the player count at 4, and sticking around in middle. He was never cleared out, and Cerrado's not going to give up those advantages. 12-11. MOUZ, the plant helps out so much.
Spam down, exertion through the smoke. He can't even get across. It's Cerrado with the opening move for Furia. Stepped up by Skulls, and now 3 kills away from bringing us to the 3rd map. Inferno lies in wait as Furia finds some life here on Mirage. It has been one hell of a comeback, and they are just moments away from Inferno. Shuei with a performance he will want to forget, and celebrations as Furia are able to push through to a 3rd map this quarter. Offer on Inferno. They're going to be starting on the T side, and MOUZ here on the defense. Torsi going for that mid pick early, not spotting too much, but he has indeed been spotted. He'll see a few players coming out through second middle.
Yeah, nothing real you can take away from that. That's pretty standard, just seeing someone jump across to see the pacing of how fast a team might be moving up alt mid. Slow start to the round from Furia. Just getting into position, looking for aggression, looking for put.
Smoke it long, and a follow-up towards Modo. Cello charging in. It's a full execute inside of the site right now, and Cello's just trying to stream forward and spot someone. He's acted as a distraction. He's drawn a few of the crosshairs away, but it's still Exertion standing tall inside of the site, and it will be Shuei to come in and finally get a couple of kills back here for MOUZ. Skulls even takes his own teammate down in all the chaos and confusion.
Make your way to that if you're Furia. Cello looks left instead of right. Basically a 50-50 guess, and it's kind of all done from there. No access. And pistol rounds have, especially T-pistol rounds, have been a big luxury for Furia. They won it on Nuke, they won it on Mirage, and that was able to get them out to some decent starts on both those maps. They don't have that here on Inferno.
There's Brolin holding down in Banana, just gets nothing.
Deep smokes. MOUZ want to keep control of Banana as much as possible, especially allowing the MP9 to move up into a more aggressive position, but Cerrado hits a stunner.
That's a big one. That's Exertion down. He had the weaker weapon.
No more smokes, no more nades, nothing stockpiled, no Molotovs, and they just say, we straight up, with an MP9 and a FAMAS, we really can't hold on to this site. So if Furia comes here, we just have to save and replenish utility into the next round.
And they are going to go into the B-bomb site. Smoke goes in for the CT cross. And the only player here is Shuei. He's sitting inside of that CT smoke. But there is a couple of players now starting to push up towards top middle, but I think the strength of that AWP should scare them into the B plate, and they will go towards that opposite side of the map now. Shuei, remember, still in that CT smoke. The bomb is now crossing over. Shuei gets caught by Fallen as the smoke fades away. Now they've got to plant the bomb, and will do so. And these MOUZ players, will they be enticed to coming back into it on this retake attempt?
So another full buy for MOUZ as these two teams jockey the entrance in Banana.
Exertion's having a nightmare against Cerrado at the moment. That is one way to get Furia the player advantage. And there will be some pressure applied towards top mid. Yimfat just peeks through Boiler.
Yeah, but the equalizer given over with no chance of a rebuttal. Shuei with an MP9. Yimfat, does he want to swing out? Oh, good work. Fine work with the SMG.
Shuei does well that. Yimfat now looking to finish off the job. His in-game leader started. Yuri is going to slip behind that smoke at top mid and get back to safety behind the walls. And there's still time left for Furia to make something of this, and it is Cerrado and Yuri, often referred to as the fangs of Furia, but they don't have a lot of ground here. Not a lot to really do at the moment.
This is a round that they should be going for. I think at the moment they're just looking for where the information is gonna come from, well. And it's coming from behind Yuri. Towards middle, can't connect it. Wasn't fully prepared. There's even a second player who got a little bit deeper. So Cerrado now 1v3, and he will not expect Jimpat coming around to his left.
Oh, he's
easy kill. And it's like, oh, we would like to have one more M4. That'd be a good luxury, but it was taken away previously by a little bit over-aggressive hunts, let's call it.
Mistakes, another one. Hey, okay, Torsi right through the mid-smoke. AWP comes in. and Eureka. So it's a good opener here for MOUZ to play with. And they'll take everything they can get, looking at the kind of purchase they've got here. Getting the most out of that AWP.
I've liked his game in this series so far, Torji. Mixing in a lot of these aggressive peaks from time to time. Not overdoing it, but just throwing them out in surprise, especially rounds like this with the weaker weapons where you need to find a little bit of an advantage somewhere. And the AWPer keeps providing for MOUZ.
Okay, Serrato, they line up. He does damage on a 2, but Torji with another kill here for the MOUZ defense.
That's through Exertion's leg. He's brought down to 4. They got to hustle back, though.
They've got the info, though, the Fury, that AWP has rotated to the other side of the map, so they sense a time to go into this A play. Is it going to work out for them? Yimfat takes a few steps back. He gets a kill and does damage onto the second player out of the balcony, and that rotation is now arriving from the B-bomb site. It is going to become so much more difficult for Furia because they still have to deal with Shuei, who's sitting inside of the site, elevated on the
Actually
block.
try and make an attack happen, and unfortunately...
Yeah, the smoke pull.
Yeah, that was an important piece of utility that's no longer available, and now it's all set up for a mowdown. Exertion and Brolin let nobody pass.
Exertion fighting Serrato, and this time it's a 1-for-1 trade. Quickly, Brolin gets that kill back. He's looking to just try and make sure that no one from Furia feels emboldened enough.
MOUZ start considering the fact that it's possible they can move up and take that control. Utility out towards rap side. Skulls encroaching in holes, and Jimpat's just a fingertip away from being spotted. And because they've been patient with this, Brolin's rotated back to the B bomb site. He was covering this play from Furia. So rap side's available by the time this smoke clears. Tough defense for Torji and Jimpat.
Yuri heads down to 39 health.
This is the bomb.
In fact, can find the bomb on Fallen, and Fallen, oh, he baits those shots out of him. He's trying to keep him in an awkward fight, and Fallen schools him. Towards in the middle of the site, though, brings out that off and strikes to 2 with impunity, and with 10 seconds left, it is now Skulls diving down to default to try and save his team. A 3rd round on the line here for Furia. If Skulls can collect a few, and he's got Brolin, it's just Shuei on the other side. And Skulls gets out of that.
Don't overthink it.
And he won't. It is going to be Shuei sticking it. Is Skulls going to peek? Is he going to go for it? Shuei! With Serrato damaged and Torzi peeking in middle, it is starting to look increasingly unlikely that Furia will be able to fight in this round. Their last-ditch effort is towards the B-bomb site, where they must challenge Exertion and Brolin. We're playing in a passive setup, designed to delay, and it's worked out pretty well. Exertion's got a 2nd kill through the smoke, and now it's just Serrato. And he's on 20 health, so I don't think he's going to be able to do too much. And Torji's able to. That makes it easier for a couple of stray bullets to remove Skulls. And they're just bashing their heads against the banana wall. And it works out for Yuri, I guess. Exertion just getting pounded through the smoke. And this fight in the apartments could go Yimfat's way because they double up. And a pair of headshots collected with ease. The young Finn does not stop, and this last round of the half is comfortably in favor of MOUZ.
That's so nasty. Jimpat is so good. That's the bomb. It's the bomb as well. Yuri and Serrato are going to have to try and pick it up. They're going to go for this round, as you mentioned, last round of the half. But they don't have the HP to get through this.
No, they do not. What a start to the half it was for Serrato, though. He felt like he was winning almost all of those banana fights against Exertion, but
they struggled to capitalize on him. They lost both rounds. He got the opening kill in the early going onto Exertion.
And Exertion started playing much better towards banana, too, and started winning a lot of those duels as the half went on. And now the half will come to a close as Yimfat gets his 13th kill. He might close it with 14 here as he gets the CT side that they were able to mount that comeback. And a good start to this pistol. It's Cello on the double.
Yeah, nice aggression, burning Exertion out of his position, trying to just get a foothold in banana, but denied to him. And Cello's duel, he gets it right at the end. Out of bullets, but here's the Palace play. Unfortunately, the bomb's dropped in banana, so this can't really have any impact. Furia's more than happy if you have the 8-bomb site at this point in the round.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get their steps up here for MOUZ. Yimfat and Brolin slowly making their way through the A site, but that bomb is comfortably in control of Furia. It is almost surely locked in now that Furia will pick up the pistol. We said it back on MOUZ. We said it had to take the first step of a long road. And this looks like the first step now of Inferno. In fact, good headshot. There's still a player at T-Stars, and that's Yuri. Good shot back from Brolin, though. This is a 1v2 for Brolin. He's got some time, and they're separated here. They're not together. He gets across the first problem, and now he has a chance on Skulls. How does Brolin play this? He now gets into the middle of Banana, takes a reload, makes sure he maximizes the amount of bullets left for him. And Skulls actually taking steps back into the B-bomb site. They're running that clock down. If he takes this fight against Yuri and wins it, he's got an open A site to run to. And he's got 20 seconds. He's made it up middle. Yuri's going to be chasing him down, and he's keeping him pinned. 15 seconds. Brolin realizes the time is of the essence, and he'll get around that corner. A bomb plant would be massive considering this scenario. That'll get extra cash to MOUZ for the next at least. But Brolin, just about getting the bomb down and then denied. They're playing quite passive. One in the pit, one on the site. Xerxin has seen that site player and now looks to try and deal with a pit threat. Yimfat just goes flying off the balcony. Yuri's out of bullets, but so is his opponent. And Xerxin goes down. Yuri delivers 2 before finally being put in the ground by Torzi. But another bomb plant secured here for MOUZ. And this time it's a 2 versus 3 post plant, and they can actually play it. This could go in favor of MOUZ.
Yeah, especially with Torzi's position. That's a nice nade. Oh! Steps right into the one tap, and yeah, now it's real doable.
Now the pressure's on Furia. They have no kits. No kits on either of these 2 players. They've got to move quite swiftly, and they've got to deal with Torzi in pit, and his position is powerful, as is he. And with Keserado's step backwards, it is a sign that this one is over. He has no kit, no time, and no chance. It is 10 rounds for MOUZ. That Torzi
was able to get a little bit aggressive to alleviate some of the pressure. I'm not sure what you do as Furia. Keserato gonna stay strong, stay aggressive, stay in position. Exertion and Shuei take a lot of damage from the utility, but they've gained Banana control, and Furia setting up for a Banana retake.
Are they even going to be allowed to do it?
I think the flashbang's going to be past him, even if they do throw it. And no, they won't. Shuhei lines him up, the transfer, and that's it. That's the knockout punch.
That is so sick from Shuhei, that double headshot. He just cuts right through Furia. That's 11 rounds for MOUZ. And this is a much better performance than we've seen from Shuhei on MOUZ. He will want to forget about it, and I'm sure he has already. But this Inferno showing is a much different performance.
MOUZ just making sure they don't get caught by any nade stacks, any kind of flash peeks. And Furia have no way to track them across the map or find out where they're headed.
Smoke deployed out, trying to delay this MOUZ attack, but it is going to be disrespected. Shuei's actually being double dinked. Keserato gets a dink off before Brolin's able to turn. Fallen's still alive in the back of the bomb site. Eventually he's taken out, but Cella's USP doing some work. And the Fury actually doing more than expected, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, MOUZ struggled with that quite a bit. They're a little bit fortunate. None of those armored 5.7s were over there. That could have gotten real spicy. Coming in for a flank up Banana, though. It looks like Yuri and Skulls, knowing they're going to buy in the next round, set up for some exits, try and scavenge some weapons. But the big story is MOUZ having 8 rounds to win this series, move on to the semis. One Smooya fan in the audience.
Everywhere we go.
They're everywhere.
Behind the half wall. He's just spamming, but he's out of bullets. And Cello, oh, he's blinded. It would have been fantastic for Cello if he was able to get more out of that, but Fallen steps up in instead. It's 2 kills for Fallen. And Furia not dead yet.
That was a little bit unhinged for MOUZ.
It was.
That was a little bit of an unhinged Banana take.
Done, didn't they? Just blew the door off the hinges, hoping it was enough.
I think everyone is feeling like a little bit like, I got this Galil, let me just try something crazy. And poor Torji's like, well, I just invested in the AWP, and now I'm going to lose it.
Yeah, it's gone.
I can't do anything.
It goes the M4 instead here. He's going to give it a go. They got money. They got money to burn.
Yeah, they'll be fine buying in the next round. But if you're...
You go back up Banana again. This time Exertion hoping for a different result, and he certainly collects that. csgo dead. Sees the second player. Cello taking damage. That grenade, it does not finish him off, but it drops him down to 30 HP. Good work from Exertion, and he stays alive to tell the tale, so he gets away. Yimfat.
Ooh, look at this off angle, though. Oh, the pop-up!
How has he done that?
He's too good.
How has he done that?
He's too good, man. That's so filthy. Now, Fury has made the right read for the moment. 3 players all shifted over. They've evacuated the B bomb site. They need to stack if they want any chance at winning this, and Skulls is going to start it off.
4v3. A good kill at least for Fury to pull back. Skulls needs to do more than that, and he certainly will do exactly that. Cello from short looks up on Yimfat. 2 low HP players from MOUZ. And Furia refusing to lose this one.
Really good round from Skulls, and it helps out, obviously. But it doesn't feel like a comeback yet.
No, it does not. There's still many steps to take. And if they slip even slightly, it is over. The time in Riyadh will come to a close, and they will be out of the Esports World Cup. MOUZ taking control of the apartments. Only 2 players have upgraded their pistols. It's Exertion and Brolin. And the mob mentality might pay off. The grouping up, overwhelming Yuri, and that rifle runs out of ammo.
And Yuri was the only one defending lane, so bomb plant is going to be here for MOUZ and a recovered weapon. It's a little bit dangerous.
Oh,
Cello goes down. Oh no, not like this. Don't let it slip away.
Oh, it really does not feel like a comeback now. Brolin inside of the site, M4 goes down, but it's Shuei with the weakest gun. The Glock still in his hands, but he sneaks in behind, but Kessler. The wise words of Pasha. And now we get into this one with Furia at least having fallen to AWP, and it's getting somewhat aggressive through Boiler, looking to apply pressure in the apartments. Brolin goes to the peak, missed shot from Fallen. The flash certainly helped in that, and Brolin takes him out, and now he's worried about a second player in the apartments, and he would be right to be worried because Yuri is here.
Yeah, with that pick, I mean, it forces Furia's defense to make a decision. They decide not to double rotate. It's just Skulls starting to come back. Cello and csgo stick over at the B bomb site. No indication this is anything more than typical Hull's control from MOUZ. But now they'll get that intel. Now the smoke starts streaming over, and the defense will be tested.
Yuri and Pit. Skulls playing from within the site, up on top of the box. Cello now coming in to help, and he has to help. He doesn't get anything out of it, and it's Skulls staying alive inside of the site, drawing as much time as he can, but there's still plenty of it for MOUZ, and it looks like time is about to run out for Furia here in Riyadh. The Esports World Cup will come to a close for the Brazilians, unless csgo has one of the greatest clutches that we have seen. They know exactly where he is. He's pinned behind the smoke.
Just when you're ready.
And the first run out with this roster of Furia heads to a quarterfinal.
Give us the countdown.
They battled through the Resurrection best of ones to get here. They took a map off MOUZ, one of the good squads, one of the top squads
in comeback
competition.
In comeback fashion as well.
But
so
MOUZ will march on. They will march on to the semi.